Now hear me out here. I spoke earlier that I don't have regrets and everything.
No, because you're doing well for yourself.
However, there are some things that I wish I would have made better choices.
Did differently.
Did differently. And that leaving my height of my dance career for this man.
You wouldn't have done it.
No. And especially without a plan, I would not have done it that way. But again, I learned the lesson. You know what happens now? I will never give a man full control of my life and my finances. I will never. Ever.
If you negotiate
a man. No, I won't. Not even with a negotiation.
So let's not negotiate with you.
Because the moment that he felt like I was out of hand or out of control,
he can cut you off.
No.
Whenever he was mad at me, he would call Amex and put my shit on zero.
Oh, but what I'm saying about negotiating,
gotta pay to play.
Over my head.
Let's say you were the guy, right? And then he says, "Oh, I want you to stop doing. I don't want you to ever do another podcast in your life. I don't want you to do anything." And you say, "Okay, baby. If we break up, you got to put $1 million in escrow. If we have a fight, I need $500,000.
This is what my brother told me.
If we do, so you negotiated your deals.
My brother said, what you should have did was had that nigga put the...
It depends.
He told me after the fact, though.
It depends because if you led like that...
No, you have to because, only if you take her from something she's already doing.
I mean, yeah, if she's already
she's already doing her thing. I
mean, to be honest with you, this was a long time ago when you quit, right?
2011.
Okay, so and it was actually, I was a young boy then, and I was watching it. It was starting to grow. But by starting to grow, I mean like compared to the height of that profession right now.
Right. So the difference then,
it was hotter back then.
It was hotter then, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The difference then, I'm gonna tell you. The difference then and now is...
I think it's hotter now because it's commercialized.
Magazines back then.
No, exactly.
Covers.
Somebody said that. She said, this doesn't dance like strippers today. She's nice with it.
Yeah, I was an entertainer. I was never...
Oh.
I mean... But here's the thing. Back then, I started Magic City in 2005. I was there from 2005 to 2011. 6 years, right? This is Jeezy coming to the club spending $40,000
in one night
regularly, not just in one night. On the regularly Big Meech and BMF. I came like right before they all got locked up, but the culture had already, the seed had already been planted. So now that the dope boys is in jail, here come the rappers and the ball players keeping it up. This is the Lil Wayne and Fat Joe Make It Rain days. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the money was different then. There were ball players and rappers coming in the club spending 20, 30, 40,000 like it was nothing. QCP.
200 grand on a night, bro. That's how much would be in the club.
QCP was...
You don't think they do that now? Street. Way more than that now.
No, they don't. And he would come to the club and spend that type of money.
So you're trying to tell me that the
street nigga.
The strip dance, the stripper/dancer nightlife portion, right? Has diminished in its gains or revenue.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
In the last 10 years, 15 years?
I would say in the last...
He's saying Elizabeth.
5 to 7 years, and I'm going to tell you why. Social media. Men aren't coming to the strip club when they can go down their timeline and see ass. What are they going to come to strip club and buy it for?
I guess that's true because that's how I feel.
See it on the fucking phone.
About that.
That's how I felt.
And these girls these days, I'm an OG in this game. These girls these days don't give fantasy. I bartend in the strip club currently, and these girls be on the stage shooting guns and rapping and shit, and I'm like, girl, be sexy. Don't no man want to come in here and throw money on you because you shooting guns in the air?
That's a fact. I laugh, though. It's funny. It's fun.
No,
be a fantasy.
Yeah, you have...
When I was a dancer, it was... You are providing this fantasy for this man. He's going to come here to get what he can't get at home. He's going to come here to get away from his everyday problems. He's going to come here because he only could dream about having a girl like you. You get what I'm saying? And he still can't even have you. But he can have you for these 20 minutes that you grinding on his dick. He can have you for this 15 minutes that you smiling in his face. These girls don't do that these days. They're so stuck on clout. They're so stuck on who knows me, how many followers I got, or the popularity of it. They took the fantasy out of strip. And guess what else left? The coin.
Because the fantasy is what really will get you to pay.
The fantasy is what got you the coin.
I said bye to TikTok. Bye, guys.
Ciao, TikTok.
Big shout out.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all jump onto YouTube Live if you want to keep watching or sign to our Patreon.
Rico, in Elizabeth alone, just in 2 clubs, Cinderellas and there was another one, bro. In Cinderellas, on a given night, if there was less than 75 in that club being thrown that night, it was a slow night.
And what
Really?
year was this?
0405.
Period.
0405. 0450. You know when everything.
I don't know no different. You gotta remember, like, by the time I was 18,
0405, you was on the steps. You was still on the porch. How old are you?
I'm 29, so
How old were you in 04? Like,
I was in 6th grade.
You was still on the couch.
Maybe even less, right? I was 12. I might have been in 7th grade. Like,
So you had no idea what strip was,
I did. Like,
but not really.
I mean, you know,
But not really.
I started very early in my life. I was in the strip club by 16.
Okay, but at
You know.
12, you ain't know what was happening.
By 12, nah.
You knew about it, but you didn't know.
I didn't know. I never knew what the atmosphere was.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
And honestly, by the time from 16 to 18, I was already over the strip club. Like, I was like, this is like, all right. Like,
Let me tell y'all who loves the strip club. Older, Caucasian, professional men will forever be committed to strip. For young black males, for young minority, because I'm not just going to say black, because the Spanish and the Asians and, you know, the younger crowd they're here for the novelty. They're here for this song is hot and they throw the money on this song. My homeboy, a rapper, we try and get his song played. They're here for this is the thing. This is it's the popular thing to do. But the older, and when I say older, I mean 35 and up, right? The 35 and up professional man, mostly Caucasian, those are the ones who are going to stay in the strip club and really be committed. The ones that's going in the champagne room, the ones that's trying to be sugar daddies. Those are who's keeping strip alive. This hood club, black club, ghetto club, whatever you want to call it, era is slowly but surely dying.
it's done.
It's not
It's
the
a
same.
different
I
game.
don't even
I
go.
bartend in the strip club. Shout out to Club Rain Atlanta, 16th. I bartend there on Wednesdays and Saturdays. For my birthday, I did a birthday set. I got on stage and danced. I didn't take my clothes off, but I got on stage and danced. When I did birthday sets at Magic City, the least amount of money I made was $5,000. The most amount of money I made was $17,000. I made $3,000 at my birthday set as me today.
But that's the market. That's the way it is. There's no money in the clubs like that.
My point. My
No money in the
the point.
clubs.
She said,
My guy, I
oh,
work in the hood.
Yeah.
I work in the hood club.
Yeah.
And they wasn't checking for me.
I tell people
Yeah, they
this.
care.
It
And I didn't shoot no guns in there.
maybe it's because you didn't.
Rico, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's like back like it was very there was strips of cars that could go for 16 blocks and they were all luxury cars.
Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royces,
But now it's like
big
this is a
Cadillac
different time.
Escalade that cost $120. The Autobiography Range Rover.
I never even knew.
Al, you ain't about to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy because, you know, as obviously, like, when you grow up, once you become an adult, whatever's the reality for that time frame is your reality of it,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Like I found myself becoming a little bit older when I started to had to tell my little young boys, like, about Lil Wayne and like his whole time frame, and they're like, well, Lil Wayne was really like a popular rapper, and it's like, wait, what?
Lil Wayne gave me my name.
Lil Wayne gave you your name?
G.G. McGuire.
See, there we go. See?
Wow, really? That's crazy.
There's also a song where he talks about how good I suck his dick, but I don't think I ever said that on camera.
Or you just
Sorry, Wayne.
We still got that consent form, right?
People, yeah, look, I stand about my shit. So there was this time where me and Wayne had a little friendship with benefits friendship. He was my buddy, and you know I went to Wayne's World a lot, and he when I got into my relationship with my ex, I just kind of faded away from talking to him, being with him, because now I'm in this relationship. And I hadn't seen him for 2 years because I've been in this relationship. And we're at Summer Jam. And I told this story on lip service, but I never told that it was Lil Wayne. So now everybody that heard the story on lip service, it's Lil Wayne. I was at the concert with my boyfriend at the time, who was my ex that I was with for so long, and a music industry executive, remember that part. And Lil Wayne sees me and he throws his hands up and I'm like, oh shit, right? And then he's performing at Summer Jam. It's him and Cory Gunz, 6 foot, 7 foot. He says his verse. When Cory Gunz goes to rap his verse, he runs to the side of the stage, grabs my face, and kisses me in my mouth. My boyfriend is standing right behind me.
Like, I was a big Lil Wayne fan. Go.
But he didn't know that I was in a relationship. He didn't know that I was with
I
this
don't
guy.
think he was being disrespectful.
It was a very natural reaction to seeing his bitch that he ain't seen in 2 years, because I kind of just like faded away and stopped speaking to him, and that became a problem. Now, I had already told my boyfriend that me and him had what we had, because I would never want it to come to him
to find out on
No, so I felt like, in the beginning of us being serious, I felt like, okay, since y'all are in the same industry and I assume y'all know each other, then I should probably tell you that this is this guy that I had something with. It was never a real relationship. I've never said I was his girlfriend. We just had what we had. But in hindsight, I wish that I didn't tell him, because they wasn't even really friends, and he threw it up in my face every chance he get. And oh God, when that man kissed me in my face, it made it so much worse.
Oh.
Then 2 years after that, the song came out. He says, my bitch named Gigi suck my dick. I'd be like, goodness gracious, fuck. He used to say my G stood for goodness gracious, because I said that nigga climbing up the fucking bed.
I know that song.
Dick in my mouth.
I know that song.
Gigi, devastation. Yeah, I got your bitch.
I'm like, Gigi, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's me. So, the whole name thing is, I was on the tour bus. I was on the tour bus. We was probably high on X or something, I don't know, and smoking some weed. And he's playing unreleased music, and he says like, Weezy McGuire, show me the money. And I repeated, Gigi McGuire, show me the money.
Go.
He's like, yeah,
go.
that's it. Keep that. Run with that. So that's how the McGuire came on to Gigi, and I
That's dope.
kept it ever since. And I actually owned that. I copyrighted Gigi McGuire back in 2012. So I own the rights to use Gigi McGuire as a name for entertainment purposes.
So anybody who thought that they were slick,
You gotta pay licensing fees.
Period.
our business is good over here.
Wait, I haven't seen him in a long time, and we had a really good friendship that lasted about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, shout out to Weezy, shout out to Gigi.
He's my guy.
Big shout out. And I've always heard nothing but good things about him.
He's amazing. He's very smart. He's a family man. He will take care of everybody around you. One time I was on a tour bus and my period came on, and I woke up in a pool of blood, and I was scared to tell him. And when I finally told him, he laughed at me. Like, I was so scared that he was going to flip out on me. And I'm like, I should have known, like, I should have known that my period was coming. I should have been prepared. And he's like, you're a woman. That shit happens.